We're focusing on your wedges, and you've told us that your main issue is strike related, and more specifically, you're tending to hit the ball towards the heel of the club. Now, it's best to think of the solution to this as being skill-based as opposed to a technical issue. And what we mean by that is, there's no need to rebuild your golf swing or even change a major aspect of it. It's more about working on a particular skill. And the skill is your ability to control how far away from you the club is when it arrives at impact. So if we have a closer look at this, by setting up with the ball out the middle of the club face, if you hit the ball out of the heel, you've moved the club away from you from setup to impact. If you looked at the opposite, which would be hitting the ball out of the toe, you'd have to move the club closer to you from setup to impact. Obviously, hitting the middle of the face means that the club comes back to where it started. So it's your ability to control the distance between you and the club that will give you the ability to strike the middle of the face consistently. So to begin with, take the setup for the shot you've got with the ball lined up in the middle of the club face. We're going to make some practice swings where you're rehearsing the swing length you need for the shot, but we're going to come down and pause just before we hit the ball. To begin with, when you pause just before impact, we want the ball in line with the toe. So what you've done is get the club slightly closer to you from setup to impact, which is the opposite to what you're generally doing as you're hitting it out the heel. So again, take the setup, rehearse the swing you're going to use for the shot, and then stop with the ball lined up out of the toe of the club. And once you can feel what this is like and you can see the result, it's time to hit a shot. Now, having feedback is always useful. If you place a tee just outside the toe of the club, what you'll notice is by striking the ball out of the heel, the toe of the club will hit the tee away. But if you hit the middle of the club face or the toe of the club, that tee won't be disturbed. So as much as our focus is trying to strike the ball well, we're also trying to miss that tee. So again, take the setup, a rehearsal, bringing the club down in line with the toe, and then hit the shot and really try to make sure you miss that tee.